Well, hello folks, I'm Johnny Hiland here in Nashville, Tennessee in my beautiful little studio called Camp Hiland Studio. And today I'm going to be talking to you about the brand new IK Multimedia Acoustic Stage. Now most of you folks know me as an electric guitar artist in this business, but living in Nashville I'm always doing sessions, and it's important for every session guitarist to have a number of different acoustics they can take into the studio just as well as the electrics. Now most of you know when I'm out on the road with the Johnny Hiland Band, I'm usually sporting this bad girl right here. Now this is a Godin A6, and as you can see it's a slimline guitar, so it's really easy to transition from an electric to acoustic in a live show. And I'm really proud to say that I endorse Godin guitars. Love those folks to death. Now, it's really important that I let you folks know that I have some wonderful old vintage acoustic guitars. I have a 1939 J45 Gibson that belonged to my grandfather, and I also have this big beautiful 1968 D35 Martin, which was a gift to me from my buddy Mr. Tom Misner. Thanks, Tom. I've been a bluegrasser all my life and really have always dreamed of owning a guitar this beautiful. But that brings me to this awesome point about this new product from IK Multimedia. Most of the time when you have a vintage instrument, such as this Martin, or an old Gibson like I was talking about, you really don't want to cut the instrument to put in an electric pickup. And really that became a problem for a lot of us guys who wanted to play live gigs around town or to take an old vintage piece out on the road. You know, it's very hard to just mic an acoustic and not move around on stage and that kind of stuff. So IK actually released the iRig Acoustic Stage, and as you can see, I didn't have to cut my beautiful old Martin at all. I simply just put this little transducing pickup here on the sound hole of the guitar, and it just clips in place. Doesn't hurt the wood or anything like that. This little cable kind of hangs down and it goes into this little preamp pack that offers all kinds of wonderful just tones and different calibration and feedback resistance and all kinds of wonderful things. Now guys, there's YouTube videos all over the place about the wonderful things that the iRig Acoustic Stage can do for you. I just want everybody to know that I am thoroughly thankful for Star and everybody at IK Multimedia for letting me check this bad boy out. I'm so proud to own it, and I want to make sure you guys go to your local music store and pick one up. So just to give you an example, I'm plugged into my PA head, and essentially I'm running the preamp right directly into the PA, and of course the pickup is plugged into the little preamp box here that could fit on your belt or wherever you'd like it to go, on your strap. But here is the natural tone of my Martin. Now I'm just going to turn the volume up so you can hear what it sounds like in my PA. Let's give her a little more juice. What an amazing tone, guys. And essentially what's really cool is you can hear me talk in the pickup. But I'm just amazed at how wonderfully this little pickup that's put in the sound hole of my old Martin can really emphasize the tone of my guitar. You know, the old tone of a beautiful old Martin. Right through the PA, and it gives me just a nice, clean, beautiful signal. And as you can see on the little preamp box here, I have the feedback buster on, which is great. It just reduces extra feedback from a PA. No sound hole buster here at all. Nothing to really take away from the tone of the natural guitar, which is really important. So just listen to the clarity of the notes. And you know, folks, the pickup did not take away from the actual bottom end that an old Martin will give you. And that really impressed me a lot. So in taking a look at the little preamp box here, starting at the top, you can see this is where your feedback gets killed. And I actually like using that word because nobody likes feedback, right? So then down here is the actual tone control, to where you can set different parameters. You can have natural, warm, bright, and then you can even switch over to a nylon string and have those same settings as well. So what I'm going to do is have my buddy TJ push this button for me, and I'm going to show you the tonal differences and what this old Martin sounds like with the iRig Acoustic Stage connected. So here is the natural sound. Here is warm. Boy, I love that for strumming chords. That's wonderful. Here's bright. So if you were... Really nice. I like that. What are we moving to now there, Tej?
It goes to the nylon setting.
Goes to the nylon setting.
With the natural.
And this is the nylon with the natural sound. Now, granted, I'm not playing a nylon string guitar, but listen to the tone. Okay, here's warm. Okay, here's bright. So as you can hear, there are all different kinds of wonderful settings that you can put your guitar on. Plus, I want everybody to know we calibrated my old Martin with this preamp box to where it actually allowed the Martin to sound the way it's supposed to. It calibrated what the tonal value of the guitar was and set the pickup accordingly, which is just wonderful. So now what I'd like to do is just kind of talk to you about what is available on this little preamp box. You basically have an auxiliary, an aux out, you have your regular output, you have your volume, which is on the bottom, then you have, what is that one, Teach? I forget.
That's the mix.
That's the mix, okay. So let's just turn the mix knob and show them what that does.
It's really subtle, but it essentially takes the naked sound of the pickup into the guitar, and then it's when you roll the mix up, it's actually adding these these preamp stuff. So if you have it set to bright and you have your mix all the way back, you're really not going to hear the bright like you would if you mixed it in a little more.
Right, I got you.
So that's what that is. The other thing, don't forget about this little guy here, which is very beautiful.
Ah.
That volume
the volume knob
recesses.
actually recesses, so that if you have your volume set, you're not going to bump it when you move around the stage. That's really, that's something really good that IK thought of when they designed this. Plus, we have two little switches on the side. We have your power on and off, and then on the other side, T, what's that one do?
That's phase.
Oh, so let's just try the phase switch and see what it does.
Right, so
Oh, I like that.
yeah, so we flip the phase right there.
Folks, I am just thoroughly excited to have such an amazing product. You know, having an old Martin like this and my grandfather's old, J45, I've never had a way to really amplify those guitars without just putting a mic in front of it. But now what I'd like to do is we're going to actually take a little ride to my buddy Kyle's home studio, because home studios seem to be the way that everybody's doing things nowadays. And we're actually going to hear this guitar mic'd up, and then we're going to compare it to the iRig Acoustic Stage. The other thing I want you to realize too, folks, is there is a USB connector to the preamp box. So if you wanted to actually make a little video for your through your iPad to social media, you could actually do that and use USB or however you'd like to do that. Truthfully, folks, IK Multimedia has truly thought of every detail in designing such an amazing product. So stay tuned, we'll be right back from the studio.